guys, and welcome to Denmark.
Yes, welcome to Denmark. We changed the studio, so here we are in Denmark.
No, actually, Soren had an accident and he had to have an operation, and that's why we are now over here.
Okay, yeah, I went for a run, got hit by a bicycle, and unfortunately I got hit with such a force that my hip got broken.
Okay, but that's actually not the topic of the video of the day. Torsten asked us a question and we decided to make a video on it.
Yes.
So the question was, what were the main difficulties with your flight training and how you overcame it?
Okay, so I think my biggest problems with my flight training was actually finding a balance between studying and relaxing. What happened to me was that I went to an integrated school where you actually lived at the school, and I think I shared the room with another person, and actually having the time to go between study mode and relax mode I found very, very difficult.
Okay, for me that was actually surprise. Hi mom. Yes, I have started my PPL training and it hasn't been a smooth ride. I started last year 2019 and it came to a situation where I wasn't progressing anymore anywhere. My hours were just building and I couldn't understand why I wasn't progressing, and it took a huge hit on my confidence. And when you lose your confidence with flying, it's really difficult to get it back. What actually happened was that my flight training was non-compliant and the school admitted it as well. But I went into a situation where the instructor was just telling me what I'm doing wrong but not how to fix it. And then you being a pilot, so then at home you're just telling me what I'm doing wrong. So I'm in this headspace where everyone is just telling me what I'm doing wrong instead of telling me and how I can fix the things that I'm doing wrong. But I'm not going to name the school or the specific instructor and just let it be. But what happened, actually, I was kind of forced into taking a really long break because we went to Canada on your detachment.
Yep.
A lot of things happened, Corona happened, so I think that has been the best thing that has happened to me, because I have had now the time to see the things from different perspective, put things in realistic perspective, and understanding why I wasn't progressing, what the school wanted out of me. I think it took me a really long time to understand my part in it and also the schools and the instructions part in it. So actually taking a break sometimes can be a really good thing. I want to get the fun back to my flying.
So I think that's actually a really important advice there, that if you want to learn, it's better to be in an environment where you feel like comfortable, you don't lose your self-belief. And I think I can remember from the school I went to, it doesn't exist anymore, but it was very militaristic. Like there was a lot of pressure, you know. You got we had something called subgrades, and if you had too many subgrades, subgrade was if you didn't perform a maneuver to a certain standard, you would be called in for a meeting. Too many meetings, and you would have what's called a flight training deviation report, and everybody was just scared. Hello, small plane.
That's a plane.
So we just wait until the noisy plane has gone.
The benefits of living next to an airport.
Yeah.
But one other thing I can say for myself, I'm perfectionist, and that's really hard when you're flying because you cannot be perfect. It's not I can set the RPM exactly the same every single time or what it needs to be. Of course I need to fly the plane and there is wind, there is gust, I need to adjust, but the inner side of me wants to be so perfect with everything. So it's been really interesting to also find that that's coming from my dance side of my life. Being perfectionist is now translated in my aviation life, trying to be still the perfectionist, but it just doesn't work in that industry.
No, I think we try and be precise, but when you're flying, we have this saying of flying by numbers. It doesn't really always work. If you just set numbers, you need to be able to feel the plane and everything. It's more like a skill you learn. It's not like the numbers can change from day to day.
Yeah, but it just took me a while to understand it. That's not how it is.
No.
And yeah, well, it's, I think in general when you start flying, it will teach a lot about yourself.
Yeah, you will learn a lot
You
about
learn
yourself.
a lot about yourself.
Absolutely.
And you know, sometimes the learning can be really, really hard, and you don't want to believe it. For myself, also, I'm one of those people. Even if I'm tired, I just push forward. I just go and go and go and go.
And do you think that's a good thing when it comes to flying?
It's not a good thing
Okay.
when it comes to flying. But that's, once again, it's coming from my ballet days. I just push forward no matter how tired you are, until your legs cannot carry you. Then you can say you're tired.
That was actually what I tried to make as a point, was having the balance between a study and be off. Because if you are in an environment where you're constantly looking at the books, there's so many things you need to learn, but you also need to understand your limits and the way you, as an individual, but how you learn. So I hope that helps you a little bit, Torsten. I think that's basically probably my biggest challenge. It was sometimes also relax, because if you just
Thank you, Torsten, for the question. If you have any more questions, you can comment below or send us questions through our website, askapilot.net. And you find us here every Wednesday, 11 UTC. So remember, like and subscribe, and we see you then next week.
okay,
Bye.